What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugai. And today I'm going to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles are bringing in 36-year-old former Super Bowl MVP quarterback Joe Flacco for a visit, basically for our vacant backup quarterback spot. But before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I'm going to have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos. So feel free to DM me, and whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy, yo. Well, last year Joe Flacco played with the terrible New York Jets. He threw, I think, for 868 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, which he had a 3-touchdown game against the New England Patriots on a Monday night where he actually looked it very good in that game. As a backup quarterback, I don't have a problem with it. Like, I know a lot of people gonna look at Joe and be like, oh, he can't move around, he can't run, he can't do all that he used to do. But you know who else is not very mobile at all? Is Nick Foles. Like, Nick Foles is not mobile at all. And we love us some Nick Foles. Joe Flacco is older, obviously, but Joe Flacco has been a Super Bowl MVP in this league. Joe Flacco is a veteran quarterback that, and he's coming in. You're not going to have people. I think it's a good situation for Jalen Hurts. I would say it in my other video, I would be okay with bringing in Nick Foles. I didn't think we would look at a guy like Joe Flacco. But if we bring in Joe Flacco, I'm fine with that. Because, for one, you don't have no controversy in the locker room. You don't have Jalen Hurts looking over his shoulder like the first time he throw a pick or do something. People in Philly are not going to be hollering for Joe Flacco. Like that's one thing I could assure you, that we're not going to be like, oh, man, we need to put Joe out there. Joe could get it done. Joe could whatever. So from that standpoint, that's a plus. And another thing, too, he's a former Super Bowl MVP winning quarterback. And I didn't think he had a couple of bad interceptions, but I didn't think he looked that terrible with the New York Jets, considering the circumstance, considering the fact that was a horrible football team, considering the fact that they didn't have much of a running game, using a ancient Frank Gore as their featured back majority of the season. They didn't have much of wide receivers. Denzel Mims had moments, but he was banged up and he wasn't really consistent like that. Brashard Perriman, another one, had moments, but he wasn't that consistent like that. And to say with all that, didn't really have a great tight end. With all that, and he still, was a decent, backup quarterback out there. And he's not going to cost much money. I looked at Jacoby Brissett, but he was too expensive. Tyrod Taylor was an option, but he goes to Houston. So, like I said, Nick Foles, if we trade, but we could get a veteran backup quarterback that we don't have to worry about the fans turning on and stuff like that. And he shouldn't be that expensive. Joe Flacco should, come for cheap. I'm good either way, man. We get Nick Foles. I'd rather Flacco now than Foles. But if we get Foles, man, I mean, if Hurts could withstand that pressure, then that lets you know that he at least have the mental toughness to be the franchise quarterback. But then again, if we got a chance to avoid that, and most importantly, not have to give up any type of draft compensation, even if it is a 7th-round pick, for Nick Foles, whatever Chicago would ask for Nick Foles, I say do it, man. I say, bring Joe Flacco in. Clearly, if he passes his physicals, if he's healthy and all that other stuff, and he's able to go out there and play, I'm all right with it, man. As a backup, clearly you wish and hope that he doesn't have to touch the field at all. But if he has to touch the field, I'm okay with a guy that's a veteran, that's been around the block, knows what's going on, and gonna go out there and basically get the ball to who he has to get the ball to. And he should have but he should have a better team with Philly than he had, last year in New York. And so you would expect them to be, a little more productive, especially being a backup and us not expecting him to come in and really be the guy like that. I say do it, man. But if we end up with him or Foles, whatever. As long as we don't draft a quarterback, I'm straight. But that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I'm going to have Philadelphia Eagles and NFL content throughout the year. Also, tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Y'all come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live, yo. Y'all should join me. It'll be some good stuff. Until then, yo, y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.